We're going to go over the design notes that explains all of the Nulgath changes that just happened. If you guys enjoy this video, do me a favor and tap that like button, smash the subscribe, and turn on the notification if you want to stay up to date with all of my content. The patch notes of the Abyss. This is from the desk of SurfNL. The following will detail the changes included in this week's hotfix patch of June 12th. Hope you have your reading glasses on. So the fixes are as follows. Fixed an issue that was preventing players from accessing the Juggernaut items after turning a Juggernaut item in after getting one of the rewards. Fixed the quest Bag of Dirt Archfiend Essence to correctly point towards the Nulgath challenge because it wasn't doing that before. Fixed an issue that prevented players from accessing the new quest voucher of Nulgath Voucher Exchange from Bamboozle, and fixed an issue preventing players from accessing the Nulgath Larvae's Evil Elemental quest. Another fix here for the Evil Elemental, updating so it's given the same number of rewards as the Nulgath Larvae quest. Corrected some quests which asked for the Uni 13 to now require the proper items instead. Updated the Taro Manslaughter Aurelus to the intended Taro Manslaughter because it wasn't supposed to say Aurelus. And then the quest Totem of Nulgath Essence Transmutation description details as well as the gold and XPs have been adjusted for that quest. Fixed the combat style dual Taro Manslayers now requires the Taro Manslayer weapon. Fixed the combat style Taro and Bloodletters now requires the Taro Manslayer weapon. The other one here also requiring the Taro Manslayer. And then the combat style quest that took items unintentionally has been fixed. Some were taken before. Taro's Quest of Purity, players who had the M1, I won't say the whole name because I don't know how to say it, Samurai Legendary Katana and the Blade Master Katana taken by the quest was automatically returned. So if you had those items taken from you, they are now back in your inventory. The Blade Master one, players who had the pieces of the Hanzo set taken has now had those items returned, and were also given 10 of the voucher of Nulgath as compensation. Those turned in for like 500,000 gold, 500k. And then you have the combat style Hanzo and the shield one. The ones were taking the items have now had their items returned to their inventory. Adjusted the Phoenix Blade of Nulgath sellback value because apparently before it was selling for 1 million. That's been adjusted. Items in Nulgath's reward preview shop now display their intended stats and levels, which includes the level 101. Legacy of Nulgath items have been updated to level 44 and their max infusion level set to 40. Fixed several typos, but this is all spelt wrong. Hilarious. That is too funny. The descriptions have been added to Taro's items. The additional descriptions have been added to weapons, items, and pets that were missing them. The different Servant of Nulgath have had their descriptions updated to reflect that they offer the players with what services, in an attempt to avoid confusion and guide the players on which servants to hire for their needs, making it a little bit more transparent. Now that is one thing that they tried to do with this Legacy of Nulgath update, was to avoid confusion and whatnot and help it make it a little bit more understanding for new players or players just getting into it. So balance adjustments, the Evil Elemental quest now requires 35 evil energy. Doesn't say what it required before, but Evil Elemental, Nulgath, and Larvae quests, 10 times Bag of Dirt has been added as a possible reward for those. The following adjustments has been made to several of the Servant of Nulgath to bring them more in line with their intended function to aid the player. The Infernal Fiend of Servant, his Infernal Diamond Shard drop rate has been slightly reduced. So that means we have a nerf on that. The Malachi Contract Enforcer reward has been reduced from 2 down to 1. Drop rate remains unchanged. That's another nerf. The Soul Change Exchange has been reduced from 50 down to 20. Drop rate has been slightly reduced. Another nerf on that. The Hanzo quest has been untouched. The Mini Void Fiend Servant, the Nation Shards, has been reduced from 15 down to 5. Drop rate remains unchanged, but that's another nerf. All of these are nerfs apparently. The Dread Fiend and Infernal Fiends, the Essence quest has been unchanged, so why mention it then? The Larvae's Servant of Nulgath Larvae Nulgath is kind. The drop rate has been slightly reduced. Another nerf. All of these are nerfs, apparently. I said that already, but it is true. The gift reduced rewards from 25 down to 10, stackable with the Infernal. The Servant of Nulgath voucher thief drop rate has been slightly reduced. Oblivion Servant of Nulgath totem drop rate has been slightly reduced. An issue with the Nulgath challenge scaling down when the instance is not full has been fixed. Larvae's Gem of Nulgath, the thing has been slightly reduced. Soul Gem quests, all soul farming quests have had their items increased from 5 to 15. So that's good, at least. The following right here. So you have those 4. Oblivion Totem of Nulgath, the Essence Transmutation Contract of Nulgath added to its requirements for trade. The Diamond of Nulgath, Archfiend Essence, has been reduced. The XP has been reduced and the gold reward has been increased. Nation Invasion Wave has had their HP considerably reduced. This may be reduced further depending on feedback. So depending on what we say regarding them, they might be reduced. New additions and reminders added the combat style Dual Tainted Claymore of Nulgath quest to Oblivion and Blade of Nulgath. The Oblivion Blade of Nulgath has had its iconic AQ World Orb Aura added to its model. That is awesome. Really looking forward to seeing that in the game. The Nulgath Master Juggernaut and the Nulgath Master and Overfiend Blade now has new, more rewarding servant quests. This is meant to reward those who have obtained the Juggernaut items with a more loyal servant and has the following quest to offer. And then we've got these ones right here. Both quests have sufficient, so you get the Diamond of Nulgath and the Diamond Shards. Both quests have sufficiently increased drop rates compared to other Nulgath servants. Makes it nice and handy. So that was the addition, the quests added to them. Some other hints and reminders. The Voucher of Nulgath voucher exchange is now available on Bamboozle and the Crag Pet. The Contract of Nulgath voucher purchase is now available on the Bamboozle thing. The Nulgath Larvae Evil Elemental now available on the Oblivion Blade of Nulgath. To compensate for the above change, Nulgath Larvae owners now have an exclusive Nulgath Larvae Elemental quest that grants 2 turn-ins per drop instead of 1. Ooh, that's nice. Only 1 Evil Elemental quest can now be accepted at one time. Evil Elemental Out of Luck quest has been added to accompany the Evil Elemental quest. More diamonds. Face Nulgath's challenge once again to obtain even more diamonds of Nulgath with a new quest. Diamond of Nulgath Essence available from the Crag and Pet, and the Bag of Dirt Archfiend Deal available from the Crag and Crag Quest Pet. The Phoenix Blade Return Policy Contract of Nulgath quest. This new quest has been added to Seraphanal and a Tainted or the Crystal Phoenix Blade. This quest allows the player to reacquire the Phoenix Blade of Nulgath as long as they have the item previously. So if you had the item before, you can now get it back. As a final reminder instead of final, if you've managed to get this far, balance changes are subject to change and may be tuned depending on feedback. Feel free to join the conversation. There's a link right there. I can put a link to that in the description below if you guys are interested in checking that out.